And we are back. Pokemon Soul Silver Hardcore Nuzlocke. We have made it to the Elite Four at long last. Our final team is looking a little something like this. We got the Lapras, Tentacruel, Electrode, Umbreon, Lantern, and Hitmonchan. So it looks like we added the Lapras and we added the Hitmonchan after that 8th gym where Kingdra took out 2 of our Pokemon. So I'm really liking this team. I'll save the move sets for the first battle, showcasing them there. So a little bit of a mystery going in. I'm feeling really good. We have completed a Heart Gold. I really just flexed with Gyarados, and then the Soul Silver that I just failed, I really thought I had it, and then Lance completely destroyed me. So I'm going to respect all of these trainers. We're going to give everyone the respect they deserve. We're not going to take anything for granted, and I really, really need to watch out for that Machamp and Gengar. But before we do, let's look at the box here. Just see who we left on the table, and as per usual, there are some pretty good ones. Magneton's really good. Dugong potential, Lapras there, poor man's Lapras. Got Delibird instead of the Pillow-Swine this time, and I did get a shiny Golbat while training in the cave there, very cool. Nidorina did have a Moonstone. I could have went for Nidoqueen, but again, I really based this final team tunneling in on Lance. If you noticed, I have 0 Pokemon weak to fire, and that was completely intentional. I don't want to get fire blasted by the Dragonites. I don't want Charizard to have any say in the matter as far as the Pokemon we lost along the way. Third gym, Whitney showed no mercy, and we lost all 3. That is still ridiculous. I go back and watch that, and it's just insane, that focus blast on Geodude. And then the 8th gym with Kingdra, just Kingdra will always be an issue. Just the Sniper, the Hydro Pumps, the Dragon Pulse is just out of control. So we lost these 2 awesome Pokemon there, and that does it. So without further delay, let's do it. I don't know if battle animations are on. Let me turn those bad boys on. And now we are set. I have full restores for healing in between. All of my Pokemon are equipped with a berry. I did spend ample time rock smashing rocks on that Cianwood Island to get more berries with the shards. So we're looking good there. I really wanted to lead with Umbreon here because of the psychic types, but I figured let's start with Lapras and then pivot into Umbreon when Will uses Psychic or something like that. I figured Umbreon could do really well with that swap. As far as the level cap, Karen's Ace Houndoom is level 47, and then Lance's Ace Dragonite is 50. So I started them all at Houndoom's level, and by the time we get to Lance, I don't think I'll have any level 50s, but as long as they're not level 51, by the time you face Lance, you're good to go as far as the hardcore level cap. So let's do it. Let's dive right in and see if we can beat Will without losing anybody. So Xatu comes down versus our Lapras here, and I think we just go straight for the Ice Beam. I think this will one-shot. Now, my Lapras here has Adamant Nature, which is plus physical and minus special. So Ice Beam's actually going to be doing a lot less than you typically see on a Lapras. However, that means that Ice Shard's going to be doing a ton. And it also means Lapras speed and defenses didn't pay the price with a different nature. So a bunch of stuff going on there. Jinx is one of the few Pokemon in this Elite Four that my ice and water attacks cannot hit for neutral or super effective. So what I'm going to do here, I do believe Lapras has done everything we need him to. And he also has shell armor, so he cannot be crit, which is absolutely wonderful. So we're going to confuse Jinx. She's probably going to go for another Psychic, I would presume, which I wanted to swap into Hitmonchan for the Fire Punch, but he's not going to be eating a Psychic very well. So let's just go straight to the Umbreon. Let's do the swap, and then if Jinx gets a Psychic off, we'll be fine. She actually goes for the Lovely Kiss. We fall asleep. We do have a Lumberry, so we wake right up. Kind of a waste there, but we will take that. We will absolutely take it. Jinx is faster, and she hurts herself. I don't know if Feint Attack can one-shot from that range. Yes, it does. Absolutely. Jinx's defenses are not that high. Ferlin, the Umbreon, comes down. Now, Executor gave me a lot of trouble last time in my other Soul Silver run, and I did not have the movesets with me. So this time I made sure I do, and Executor is Grass Psychic, but it does not have a Grass move. So I was very afraid to send out Mamoswine and other Pokemon that had a Grass type weakness, which is very interesting. So Umbreon is so bulky and doesn't do a lot of damage. So really, we always want to use that Confuse Ray because the fight is going to go a little bit longer than if it was a different Pokemon. Unfortunately, it does get the Protect off, or Reflect off rather. And I was hoping that it would hurt itself so it couldn't get the Reflect, because I don't think we could have two-shot it, but it looks like it would have been close. So we're just going to keep Feint attacking, get the Executor down here. Snaps out of Confusion, does get a Hypnosis, and as you saw, we were unable to wake up from that because Jinx put us to sleep as well. So we do not have 2 Lumberries on the Umbreon, but Furlan in his sleep sidesteps the Egg Bomb and then wakes up and hits Executor with the Feint attack. Really good stuff. I do presume that Will use a potion here. So let's go ahead and get a fresh Confuse Ray down on Executor. His Reflect, or her Reflect, I should say, is down. And now we can just start ramping up more Feint attacks. Really good damage there. Look how much damage that does without the Reflect. That is fantastic. Unfortunately, none of my Pokemon on this team could learn Reflect. Now, Electro does have Light Screen, which I do think will come up huge, especially in the Lance fight. But here is Slowbro, same tactics. We're just going to take this one step at a time, and I have miscalculated. Slowbro has own tempo, so it cannot be confused and gets a really nice curse off there. So I completely wasted a turn there. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. It does look like it is going to a little bit there because it was able to get a defense buff, and it gets another defense buff there, and I do believe it's just going to ramp up into Oblivion here. And oh gosh, I am getting a little bit nervous, but if I swap into... Okay, I'm looking at the moveset here. The very interesting thing about this is Slowbro has Curse, but then its 2 damaging moves are both special attack. So it's actually just benefiting from the defense, and it is getting no benefits from that physical attack that was making me so nervous. So because of that, we are just going to keep ramping up. And we do dodge the Confusion. Really good stuff. Another Feint attack. One more Feint attack, barring another potion from Will here. And it does not come down. And that means Slowbro does fall. It was a fadeaway crit. I don't know if we needed that. But the final Pokemon, Xatu, comes down. And it looks like it has Aerial Ace and Ominous Wind to hurt us. Let's see if we can just get some Feint attacks down. Here's the Aerial Ace. Don't crit. Really good stuff. We tank that no problem. Umbreon is a brick wall. Fantastic damage. And I do believe the Citrus will get out of another potion range. As long as we do not hurt ourselves in Confusion, this will be basically an Umbreon sweep. Furlan goes through the Confusion, drops back, hits Xatu with the Feint attack. And I do believe that is the first member of the Elite Four down. No casualties. Pretty darn clean fight, I will say. Very excited about this. 1 down, 4 to go. Let's do it. All right, we have beaten Will, the first member, with his Psychic types, and now we are on to Koga with his Poison types. I'm feeling really good about this. Let's just keep it going. I've selected Hitmonchan to lead the charge this time, and really nice moveset. Just really, really nice moveset. Also has the Jolly nature, so minus special attack, plus speed, which is filthy on him. And if you look at that speed and attack that is so good. On top of that, his passive ability is Iron Fist, which basically it gives it like half stab for each punch. So Drain Punch is going to be hitting for like 80 and then stab that. And then the Fire Punch through Thunder Punch all jump up to 90 power instead. So if Pokemon were going to hang on from this coverage moveset, that passive now pushes that over the edge, which is really nice. So we'll see if that comes into play at all. And just a quick overview here of the rest of the moveset, since I didn't show them last fight. Just really clean, really good. I think this will do really well for ourselves. Let's dive right in. Let's see what Koga is working with. I think we've got it this time. I really struggled with these first 2 fights, and I think having the moveset really helps you. And if you're doing a hardcore Nuzlocke, you really do want to have more information to work with. Now, if you're just doing a regular Nuzlocke and you can use items and stuff, then you can kind of get around that and just wiggle around with healing and stall tactics. But when you can't heal in battle, it does make it a lot more difficult. So right here, really the only roadblock is going to be Psychic on the Venomoth. But other than that, I think Levi the Hitmonchan is just going to lay it down. I really do. So I can speed up. The health bars are so slow. Ariados does hold on and gets a Spiderweb. Now I can no longer escape. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Is that like Mean Look? I think that's the bug version of Mean Look. So that should free us once Ariados goes down. Now, if it doesn't, we are a little bit in trouble because Crobat's wing attack is definitely threatening, and Crobat's going to be faster. So if that crits, we lose Hitmonchan. So I'm going to test the theory here and see if we can swap out. And I do believe Lapras is the play here. Really, I have multiple options. I could go Lantern as well. But I think one Ice Beam is going to kill the Crobat. One Discharge might not, because Crobat is pretty bulky. Could also go Mikasa, but I only have Thunder on her. And it does let us switch Levi out. All right. Zeke comes in for Levi. A double team comes down. And if I can't hit Crobat with the Ice Beam, I can definitely swap into like Umbreon, who has Feint Attack, which can't miss. So I definitely brought a couple tools to deal with these evasion tactics, but we're going to go for another Ice Beam. It did do 2 double teams there. We do get the Ice Beam on the second try. They're really good stuff. I would imagine that one-shots, but again, remember the adamant nature. If we had a better nature that didn't get rid of special attack, I do believe that would have killed. It's crazy. But that being said, it doesn't really matter because now Crobat is in Ice Shard range and we are faster with Ice Shard. So Crobat cannot crit us, so I'm willing to go 1 or 2 more times here, and we do land it on the second time. Lapras taking its time, but making sure it lands it. We get a fadeaway critical. I think we had enough damage there. No problem. We also need to just watch the level cap. If we hit level 49 really early, then we do need to slow down. Now, Fortress, Swift, Protect, Explosion, Toxic Spikes. Very, very interesting moveset. Explosion cannot crit, but it's operating on 200 power, if I'm not mistaken, which is basically if Earthquake was super effective. So that is a lot of damage. And I don't have anyone that resists normal. I don't have like a rock or steel type. So I really want to get Hitmonchan out there. Because I could one-shot with Fire Punch, but the process of getting him out there without getting killed is very interesting. So I would like to do a Confuse Ray. Let me double-check Lapras's defense, physical defense. It's 92. That's not the highest. Yeah, Umbreon could definitely tank an Explosion. Yeah, Umbreon's really the only one I feel safe enough to tank an Explosion. Now, if Explosion crits, then that's operating 400 power, and I don't even know if anyone can tank that. It's just the question is, am I willing to risk Lapras eating an Explosion? I am 5 levels up, or do I just go straight in? I think we're just going to play this really safe. Let's get Umbreon out there. It goes for a Protect. It fails. And let's completely cheese the Fortress. I'm just kidding. I was going to say Protect, and then if it used Explosion, it would be so tactical. But I don't think it would go for Explosion. So let's just get the Confused Ray down and start plucking away like we have been. Now, Feint Attack is really not going to do much damage. There's 3 Protects here. Very interesting. So there's the Toxic Spike. So now anyone we swap into will get poisoned, unfortunately. And they're going to get poisoned really bad now. They're really hamming that tactic. So we're just going to chip Fortress. Very interesting. I'm wondering when and if it would explode. What's the threshold that would make Fortress do such a thing is what I'm wondering. Now, the problem here is it's going to get a full restore. Now, what we can do is we can swap into Tentacruel, who won't get poisoned because of its poison typing. That's actually really good. Ooh, I like that a lot, actually. Can Surf... Do you think Surf could kill from that range? You know what? Ooh, it could hurt it. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna kind of scout out here. Okay, I'm gonna do one more feint attack. Let me do one more feint attack, and hopefully, and now let me do a protect again to see if they would heal. They wouldn't. That is. Oh my gosh, I was going really fast there. All I was trying to do was to see if Fortress was out of heal range so I could safely swap in Tentacruel for the Surf. And it ended up exploding on a turn we used Protect. Absolutely insanity there. Wow, that really took me by surprise. And let's get back in the fight here. So let's get a Confuse Ray down on Muck. And it has it's got Gunk Shot, Toxic, and Minimize. So it's definitely going to go all in on that evasion strategy. And we have the Confusion plus Fan Attacks. And I do believe we can just trim Muck down. I should have another Lumberry there. Really good stuff. Getting rid of the Toxic. And I think that means Tentacruel is also the play here because, okay. So now I do believe we pivot into Tentacruel because Muck can literally do nothing against Tentacruel. It can't poison it, and it can't hit for anything but not very effective. Really good stuff. That's a lot of damage. That is a physical move, and Tentacruel's physical is not great. So a critical hit Gunk Shot could be an issue. We're going to go all in on the Surf here. And it doesn't kill, no crit. If this doesn't crit, we should be looking good. That is a lot of damage. The Black Sludge probably won't get it out of range here. Now, what I could do is double barrier up, and that would basically protect us, but we're still dead to crit. Oof, man, that is tough stuff. That is really tough. I do believe Tentacruel got rid of the Toxic Spikes, though, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to get the full restore. I'm going to use that to swap out. And it doesn't. It doesn't get the full restore. I misplayed. And now it gets more Black Sludge. But I should be able to kill it with a Surf if we can connect. And Maria does connect. Is that enough? Absolutely. So really interesting stuff there. We were able to work around. And the final Pokemon is Venomoth here. And it's got a lot of utility. So I'm actually just going to set up a Confuse Ray. Dang it, it gets a Toxic. We have another Lumberry. I am running out of Lumberries, but there is a lot of status in this Elite Four. So I'm going to Confuse Ray, and then I'm going to go for the Discharge for damage on top of the chance of paralysis. I should have just used Thunder Wave there. But I think we're okay to stay in for one more turn, given that Toxic and... I'm actually going to go all in on a Surf, because if it hurts itself in Confusion and Surf connects, that will kill absolutely. And I do believe that clears the final Pokemon. So a lot of intricate details going into that fight, but we were able to maneuver. We lost a bunch of Lumberries, but we didn't lose anybody. And now I believe potentially the hardest fight in the Elite Four for us in this particular team is going to be Bruno and his fighting types. That Machamp is an absolute problem. So 2 down, 3 to go. Let's buckle down and do this. All right, we have made it to the third member, Bruno, with his fighting type Pokemon, and I am going all in on the Tentacruel lead here. So looking at his team and looking at what moves they have, I'm going to go all in on setting up Barrier, maxing out Tentacruel's defense against all of these physical bruisers. And then Tentacruel's speed is going to come up huge, as well as its poison typing, resisting all of the fighting type moves. So they won't be able to hit us for stab. On top of that, we'll be outspeeding. So if we can not get crit, I do believe this is going to be a very quick fight. Now, if they crit through the shielding of Barrier, and it'll probably just kill Tentacruel since its base defense is not great. So I'm really going all in on that. It's a very risky strategy, and if it fails very early in the fight, then we might be looking at heavy casualties. But we might also get out of here without losing anybody. It really just depends on how this opening goes right here. So Bruno sends out the Hitmontop first. In my Heart Gold run that I completed and in my failed Soul Silver, I started with Crobat both times. So here we go. We're going to go for barrier. We should outspeed the Hitmontop. So no matter what, we're going to get 2 defense buffs right here. And then let's see. Hitmontop's probably going to go for dig. Instead, it goes for a counter, which is beautiful for us because it does have access to a super effective move in dig. And there it is. But by the time it hits us, our defense is going to be maxed out here. So unless a critical hit goes through that 6 times defense, we're going to be looking really good here. I know it's super effective, but look at that. Now, if that crits, it's going to do so much damage. Now, it didn't, and we're going to go for a surf here. And I don't think this one shot, it's not super effective, but Hitmontop's not the most offensive. And that's really all we needed. We just needed to get it into 2-shot range. And this might do it. It might cling with no HP. And counter doesn't even work here because all of Tentacruel's moves are special, barring Poison Jab, but the ones we're using are special. And that was a fadeaway crit, so we don't even have to worry about it. So a really good opening. And then Bruno sends out Onyx to potentially hit a super effective Earthquake. But Tentacruel is so fast and is now going to hit Onyx with a 4-time Surf. The strategy is going really well right now. It is going really, really well. And barring a critical hit from Bruno, we are looking so good. Look how much that super effective dig did. It did nothing. So Hitmonchan does have access to a super effective Thunder Punch, which I'm pretty sure it's going to go for. So I'm actually kind of leaning toward Poison Jab because of how little Surf did against the Hitmonchan. So I think I'm going to lean into that. We can't kill in one shot. Now we're going to go for the Poison Jab. Hopefully it gets to half with a poison. Okay, really good. Beautiful stuff. This ensures a 2-shot now. All we need is no critical. No critical. And I prepared a Lumberry just in case it gets the 10% paralysis. Really good stuff. And now we can just go for a Surf, finish the Hitmonchan. Absolutely beautiful. That only leaves the Machamp and the Hitmonlee. Okay, so the Hitmonlee comes down. He is saving his ace for the last Pokemon here. Hitmonlee has access to Swagger. So if he uses that, we get confused, but I also gave a Lumberry for that as well. So a lot of good preparation here. And I don't think Hitmonlee is very defensive, so I think Surf is just fine to lean into. Now, if this doesn't get him to half, I have miscalculated, and that is beautiful. That's right where you want it. Hitmonlee tries to compensate the defense with a potential critical from Focus Energy. Commander picks his drops back. If this can finish Hitmonlee from half, it absolutely does. And Tentacruel is flexing so hard right now. We have maxed out defense. Machamp is going to probably go for Rock Slide because it's neutral. And if that crits, I do believe we die. I do believe we die to a critical hit Rock Slide. That is what got the best of our Crobat. Now, if it just goes for Rock Slide and it doesn't crit, I think we're just fine. And I'm going to go back into the Poison Jab play. This Machamp has no guard. So absolutely, dude. So this is absolutely fantastic. No critical. No critical. Come on. Absolutely. Look at that. The barrier playing so huge. And now I do believe, okay, the Citrus completely screws up what I was about to say. No problem there. Absolutely no problem. We're going to go for one more Poison Jab. We're going to go for one more Poison Jab, get us into range. The poison is going to bring him down. And again, no criticals. If this doesn't crit, we're absolutely fine. Absolutely. And now Poison's going to get Machamp down outside of full restore range, it looks like. Hopefully. And if that is GG. That is so ridiculous. We have done it. I do believe we have done it. We have beat Bruno. A fadeaway critical. You'll love to see it. An absolute staple of the channel. Ridiculous stuff. We have beat Bruno without losing anybody. That is so nice. We are going against Karen with 6 Pokemon. We need to watch out for her Gengar and the Destiny Bond play. That is the biggest threat to the run right here, right now. 3 down, only 2 to go. Let's do it. All right, we have made it to the 4th and final member of the Elite Four, Karen and her Dark-type Pokemon. We are going to open with the Hitmonchan with super effective fighting types against the Umbreon, and I'm just not sure how Karen is going to move around from there, but we need to watch out for the Gengar and the Destiny Bond. We need to watch out for the Houndoom ramping up with Nasty Plot, and you got status from the Vileplume and some sneaky tactics from the Murkrow. But other than that, it really comes down to the Gengar. So watch out for that. Other than that, just go. Let's just go for it. And if we get out of here with all 6 Pokemon, I am confident that we can beat Lance. I am confident. So let's do it. We have the win condition. Let's just execute the game plan. So Umbreon, insanely tanky. Special defense is a little bit better than physical, but this Drain Punch, if it doesn't kill, it's going to do so much damage. So Levi comes down, Hitmonchan with a massive Drain Punch. I'll just take it if it gets us over half. And it absolutely does. That is perfect. It's probably going to go... Okay, it goes for a double team. I was going to say Confuse Ray, but that actually saves our Lumberry. If Hitmonchan can clutch this through the evasion, we are going to be looking so good. And it does. Umbreon does not get away with the double team. And we clear Karen's first Pokemon. Really good stuff. I'm predicting Murkrow since it has access to the flying super effective. And that's exactly what it does. So I think Murkrow is really fast. Hitmonchan might be able to outspeed with the Jolly Nature and level advantage, but I don't even think we have to risk it. It does hit very hard physically, and I don't really have a good physical tank other than our Umbreon, actually, which could do good against Murkrow. I'm just afraid to send out Electrode because of that physical damage. If Murkrow crits a physical move, it does have super luck, so the chances of getting crits are very high. That being said, Lapras can't get crit. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Let's switch to Zeke the Lapras, who cannot get critical hit. Now, it is going to steal the Lumberry, unfortunately, but I do believe one Ice Beam is going to snipe the Murkrow from the sky, so we're just going to have to tank 2 Plucks here, no problem. And I'm wagering Vileplume, since it has access to the Grass-type move, Petal Dance, which is... If I was going to say, if that crits, we're dead, but we can probably eat one of them. I don't know. I don't want to underestimate that damage. It is a very strong grass-type move. It'll be hitting for stab super effective. So if we can't kill it in one shot with the Ice Beam, we lose Lapras, and I'm not willing to do that. So I think we just swap into Tentacruel, who can eat... it'll be a neutral because it's water poison. But Vileplume will be locked into Petal Dance, assuming that's what it goes for. Now, if it goes for Stun Spore, I got played really hard here, but I'm not willing to lose my Lapras. So that's okay. I'm going to swap. Does it go for the Petal Dance? It goes for the Stun Spore, so I did get outplayed a little bit. I was completely free to shoot the Ice Beam. So it's really unfortunate. I was scared. Now, what we can do is we can either all in on a Blizzard that will potentially one-shot the Vileplume, or go for Poison Jab, which is almost a guaranteed 2-shot. And as I'm thinking about it, let's just do the guaranteed damage. And actually, it's not a 2-shot, but now I'm pretty sure Blizzard can kill. So we're going to have to play around the paralysis here. Let's see how much Petal Dance does. A good chunk. We are paralyzed. I'm going to roll the dice one more time on the Blizzard. Hopefully get through the paralysis this time. Okay, and it breaks through Pixis, absolutely clutching, making up for the struggle that it had against the Kingdra, or I should say Claire, and really good stuff. It never even made it to the Kingdra. Really good stuff. We clear the Vileplume, and that leaves Houndoom. That leaves Houndoom and Gengar. So let's see here. My special defense is absolutely beautiful. Now, Houndoom does have access to Crunch, which is physical and stab. So if he crits a Crunch, we do lose Tentacruel. If he crits a Crunch, we do lose Tentacruel. I'm very confident that Houndoom is going for a nasty plot, though. It almost always goes for a nasty plot. I'm going to get really risky. I'm going all in on a Surf. It gets greedy. It goes for the huge buff of special attack. If this Surf gets off, though, it absolutely does. This Tentacruel is a monster. Can this one-shot? If it doesn't, it should get into full restore range, and it holds on. It clings to life, and it gets a Citrus Berry, I believe, which might get it out of full restore range. It might not. It absolutely might not. So it's probably gonna go for either a nasty, a Dark Pulse or a Crunch, which Umbreon can eat both of, but then can't really damage it down. But I'm scared of throwing in Lantern, who has good HP but not high defenses. Its special defense is better. It also has a Citrus Berry. The Paralysis is a problem. It also might get the full restore as well. Let's see. What's the best play here? I just need to be really smart. Levi is not safe to swap in, although that special defense is nice. Well, actually, that special defense is glorious. It's just, if Houndoom somehow outspeeds Hitmonchan with a flamethrower that has been buffed, we are in trouble. So that's actually what I'm nervous of there. So Umbreon's actually in trouble to a flamethrower as well. It's going to go for a neutral Dark Pulse, I'm pretty sure. I am going to... We have really good special defense on Electrode. Right? No, it's not really good. It's just okay, yeah. Okay, I need to make a decision. Everything's telling me go for Umbreon. Was that the play? It goes for Dark Pulse, no problem. It's going to be not very effective, but that nasty plot is still disgusting. So I think we go for Confuse Ray. We're probably going to have to eat a Flamethrower. But if we can do a Confuse Ray quick attack. Yep, no criticals, no criticals. If this doesn't crit, we should be okay. No burn, no criticals, no burn, no criticals. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, that was so much damage. Okay, the Confuse Ray gets off. And... Ooh, this is really bad. I could all in... Because if Quick Attack doesn't kill... Now, Houndoom's defense is not great. So if we... Oh, no, because it's going to get a full restore. However, if it gets a full restore, I can get up a light screen with Electrode. And that will half Houndoom's damage. That will half Houndoom's damage. And then Zeke, the Lapras, can't be crit. So what I'm going to... wait, that would require Umbreon to go in, though. Okay, we're going to protect, and hopefully Houndoom hurts herself. And then that will proc the full restore. Okay, that did not work. That did absolutely not work. What do I need to do here? Flamethrower is super effective. So it's going to pivot to a Dark Pulse. I'm really screwing up here. I'm going to swap to Lantern. It snaps out of confusion and gets a stab Flamethrower with Nasty Plot. This is really scary. And if a not very effective Flamethrower did that much, I think a base Dark Pulse kills, doesn't it? It absolutely does, I think. I think I'm all in here. I think I'm going to risk everything on Maria living a Dark Pulse and kill with the Surf. I'm willing to take the risk. If we lose Lantern here, I get a clean swap. Please hold on with nothing, though, buddy. Oh my gosh. the nail biting calculation. Lantern from downtown gets a citrus berry, heals up, goes for the surf. I took a long time, fadeaway crit, you love to see it. I took a long time there, but it paid off. Thankfully, a really tough position with the paralysis on the Tentacruel. And now I do believe Gengar is probably just going to go for Focus Blast. It has Spite, Lick, Destiny Bond, and Focus Blast. So really its biggest damaging move is the Focus Blast. Lick is such a small damage move, but it can cause paralysis. So I'm actually just going to pivot back into Pixis to eat that Focus Blast since it's not very effective. I think we'll be able to eat that. Even if it crits, I think we can eat it. Okay. So I think now I think I'm okay to go one more turn here. I'm just going to go for a Surf. It goes for another Focus Blast. Focus Blast does have a 30% chance of missing. And how much damage? About, was that 19 damage or so? I think I'm okay. Oh my god. Wow, really good damage onto the Gengar. And now, if I'm not mistaken, Gengar is probably going to go for it is probably going to go for Destiny Bond, right? Because this is the ultimate the ultimate cheese. Now, if it doesn't, we can't pivot into Umbreon. Focus Blast will kill. Focus Blast will probably kill Lapras as well. So we can either pivot into... I'm liking the Electrode because then we could get a Light Screen off and really hamper the damage. But Levi's also good with that special defense. So barring a critical hit Focus Blast, I think we're okay. But my money says that Gengar is going for a Destiny Bond here. Absolutely. It was going for a Destiny Bond. And now we're just going to abuse that and get a Light Screen up. We are faster. And now that is Gengar's third Focus Blast. It has 2 more Focus Blasts. And it has 4 more Destiny Bonds. Okay, we're going to go for a Swift. It doesn't affect Gengar. That was calculated. And it's going to spite our Swift. What? We're going to go for Swift again. I'm just searching for a Destiny Bond here. It doesn't go for it. That means I can go all in on a Thunder, and I miss, of course. There's the Focus Blast. How much damage? No critical. Beautiful. So we're actually faster, meaning Gengar can't cheese the Destiny Bond. We miss another Thunder. We're going to pay the price with a Spite. We do lose our Light Screen. We're going to go back to that. But because we're faster, we can abuse the Gengar. And I do believe that was its 4th or 5th Focus Blast. Regardless, Thunder, if we can finally connect one, I do believe that kills from that range. Absolutely. We work around that devastating Destiny Bond. And that was it. That was the last Pokemon. We have beat the Elite Four, all 4 trainers here. And now it is Lance with all 6 Pokemon intact. I am very excited. I am very proud of the team. And let's heal everybody up. Let's restore our power points. And let's win this Nuzlocke. Let's do it. And it all comes down to this. We have made it to the final fight of the Nuzlocke. Lance and his dragons. We've got 1 Gyarados, 1 Charizard, 1 Aerodactyl, and 3 big boy Dragonites. That is the only thing stopping us from completing this hardcore Nuzlocke. Game plan, we are just going to lead with the Lantern to go against the Gyarados. He resists him pretty well. She resists him pretty well, I should say. And then once we clear the Gyarados, if we can, we're going to do as much status and damage to potentially a Dragonite that comes out next and get a really clean swap. And then literally half the team is utility based. So Lantern, Electrode, and Umbreon are all utility. And then Hitmonchan, Tentacruel, and Lapras are literally engineered to beat his team, Dragonites included. So that Ice Punch with Never Melt Ice as well as Iron Fist is going to do so much damage. We got 7 points on Blizzard to do tons of damage, and we've got Stab Ice Beam on the Lapras, which should do the job. And then if it doesn't, Ice Shard potentially. I gave Lapras the Lumberry just in case any status. 2 Dragonites have Thunder Wave, so if they get cheeky and lock down my ace in the hole here, it's going to pop the Lumberry. Citrus Berry would have been massive. I'm just a little bit nervous. I lost my Feraligatr in the last run, and it had a Citrus Berry on it, and it just made me think I'd rather have the Lumberry just in case. And with the amount of times that Tentacruel's gotten paralyzed, I really like that on the Lapras. So really good stuff. We have to watch out for the Aerodactyl since it can outspeed and flinch lock Lapras with super effective rock slides. That's the biggest scare when it comes to the Lapras. But other than that, I'm very excited. Everything has led to this moment. Let's do it. Let's dive right in. Anything could happen. Critical hits are a thing. Status moves are a thing. We have a lot of poor accuracy moves, especially in Blizzard and Thunder. So we have to watch out for that. We really just need to play around all of those elements, meet Lance where he is, and just utilize the fact that we have 6 Pokemon this time, not 4. That makes the world of difference. So here we go. Maria comes down. She eats the Intimidate, no problem, since we're special attack and not physical. I do believe we are not playing games. We go all in on the Discharge. We are going to be slower. So no flinch here. Gyarados is going for a flinch. No flinch, no critical hit. Okay, no flinch. Come on, buddy. Absolutely. And this is 4 times super effective. Lantern does not have the greatest special attack, but it's 4 times. That should one-shot. Oh my god. So, but it does get the paralysis. That is so good. Okay. So we can either, it's going to get the full restore. It's going to get the full restore. Ooh, okay. So I think we actually Thunder Wave to counteract the full restore, because then it's going to be paralyzed full health and we can get a discharge and it takes away the flinch possibility on the Gyarados. If we confuse Ray, that would be nice as well, but if it doesn't hurt itself, we're kind of left out to dry. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to Thunder Wave Gyarados upon getting the full restore, so Lantern is now in the driver's seat and cannot get flinched from the Gyarados. And we also have the potential to crit, and let's see if that was a low roll. Nope, same spot. Gyarados isn't paralyzed, but now we're just going to have to tank this. We don't have to worry about the flinch. Really good stuff, and unless it gets a second full restore. Okay, really good. Lantern taking really nice damage, unfortunately, but that is the plan. We just wanted to clear the Gyarados without anything too crazy, and now the ace, the biggest, the baddest Dragonite comes down, and if we can survive whatever it does, we're going to go for a Thunder Wave. We're actually faster than the Dragonite. That is so nice. We get the Thunder Wave. Now everyone is faster. It does go for an absolutely massive stab outrage, and I do believe Maria is going down unless it can cling. It cannot. Absolutely. So we lose our first Pokemon. Maria drops, but gets a pivotal paralysis. And now it's going to be outraging here. It is slower. Is this the moment? Do we just all in on the Lapras? We can't get crit. We are going to be faster. It's going to be a 4 times super effective stab Ice Beam. So that is 95 goes to about 130. And then you times 134 times. What is that? 26, 50. Is that not 520 power? Am I crazy, or is that not 520 power? I'm going all in on our ace Lapras. Either way, we can't get crit, so Lapras will not die. So I'm going all in, one-shot Ice Beam. I did that because Lapras is probably the best that can eat the outrage. Can you be the one, please? If not, can the paralysis? Okay, we can't paralysis. Citrus Berry comes down. Might actually get Dragonite out of full restore range, which is really nice. Paralysis. Oh my god, can this be the run? Can we do this? Dragonite, I believe, is outside of full restore range. Zeke drops back with an Ice Beam. The ace falls. We got 2 more Dragonites, a Charizard, and an Aerodactyl. Let's go. We cannot get crit. My money is on the Aerodactyl now. Yep. So the Aerodactyl is the biggest issue when it comes down to Lapras. So I think we're just going to get Lapras out of here, since Lapras does so well against the other 2 Dragonites as well as the Charizard. Aerodactyl is really scary with the rock type moves. So it also has flying type moves against the Hitmonchan, and Tentacruel's physical defense is not great, but its speed is really good. So all of that being said, what I'm just trying to say is we're going to swap into a beefy boy Umbreon and get a little bit of a tank fight here. We're going to have to eat a rock slide, no criticals. Okay, We're going to go for a Confuse Ray. No flinch here. No flinch. Come on. No flinch. We get a nice citrus berry. Really nice citrus berry. And we didn't get flinched. That is so beautiful. Now, oh my god, I misclicked. Oh, I got too excited. It's okay. Okay. I missed out on some damage there. I was going too fast. Slow it down. We are going for a feint attack. And it's still confused. Please hurt yourself. Okay, it broke through last time, but missed the rock slide. It broke through this time and lands the rock slide. We didn't get flinched though. So basically, let's just say I got flinched instead of misclicking. We get a critical hit feint attack to make up for that. And now I'm pretty sure it's going to break out and rock slide again. And that is okay. Umbreon really is just a beefcake tank in this fight. It really has no kill potential on any of these. So I'm really proud of how much damage it's doing to the Aerodactyl, actually. So I don't think we can kill, and I'd rather not let Aerodactyl get another heal. So I think it's actually best for Ferlin to fall here and join Isabelle. Levi's two best friends. I can either feint attack, try to bring Aerodactyl even lower, or I could try to do like a Confuse Ray, Protect, Cheese. I'll go for a Protect. Let's see what happens. Does it hurt itself? It does not, but we do block the rock slide. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's going to break out of confusion now, so I will go for... Oh my god, it doesn't. I was almost positive, but it does... So I misplayed again with the Confuse Ray. That one wasn't a misclick. But it does open up another Protect here, and there is the Snap Out, and there is the rock slide. Okay, we're going to go for one more Confuse Ray. I do believe this is the end of Umbreon. I'm just kind of in a very awkward in-between spot, but that's okay. We're just going to play around it. Now, if it hurts itself and we feint attack, I do believe we finish the Aerodactyl potentially here. Umbreon, take your cake, sir. Absolutely. Is that enough damage? It should be. Wow, so a lot of weird stuff happening there, but it really worked out in our favor. And now I do believe we let Umbreon just take a nice rest. He's absolutely deserved it. And if we're somehow faster than this big boy Dragonite, we're going to get a Confuse Ray down. It does go for a Thunder, and it kills our beloved Umbreon, but not in vain at all. We clear the Aerodactyl, which is the biggest issue against our Lapras. So this one has Thunder. So this is the last threat to Lapras, essentially, because it has the Thunder. So what we're going to do is we are going to pivot into the Electrode, who has Light Screen and can completely half that damage. And it does do the Thunder Wave. Now, I think we're going to be okay, though. We have the Light Screen. We're going to be eating so much damage. I also have the Rest play on the Electrode, which is very rare. You usually see that on bulky Pokemon. But, okay. So we're probably going to lose Electrode. But if not, let's see if I can sneak this Rest play. Dragon Rush does miss. Can Mikas a breakthrough? She absolutely does. Clutches the Rest play, gets out of the paralysis, and is now going to be faster than the Dragonite, who's been spamming Dragon Rush. And we're going to go for another Thunder, and it does connect. This Electrode is just ridiculous. Absolutely. And it gets a paralysis on the Dragonite. Insanity. And we are just going to keep rolling the punches here. We are faster since we're both paralyzed, no problem. Lance uses another full restore. I presume he probably has one more. We do lose the Light Screen. So in my Electrode's dying breath, if possible, if we could get another Light Screen off, this is fantastic. I am loving this. And we don't have another berry, so we won't be able to abuse that. I do believe we lose Electrode. The Dragon Rush misses again, and Mikasa breaks through another paralysis, gets a Thunder down, and we are in prime position now to send out, I believe, Hitmonchan or Tentacruel, since we want to save the Lapras till this Dragonite falls. And Levi comes down, has a super effective Ice Punch on top of that kind of half stab from his passive, on top of Never Melt Ice, which is boosting Ice-type moves as well. What I'm trying to say is I do believe this Dragonite is gone, but let's see. Can Dragonite hold on? He absolutely cannot. Really, really good stuff. So Charizard is probably coming down here. We have 2 Pokemon left. It is a 3v2. I do believe Lapras can kill the final Dragonite, no problem. I think Tentacruel does amazing. Let's not get greedy and swap around. If Hitmonchan is faster than the Charizard, we have a super effective Thunder Punch. This is going to do massive damage. It probably won't one-shot, but it will do amazing. If it crits, it probably will. Absolutely Paralysis. Nope, 10% chance. It actually goes for a Shadow Claw for the potential crit instead of an Air Slash. I'm joking. The light screen from the Electrode was still up, so it couldn't use Air Slash because it would have done no damage. The Electrode, Mikasa is grinning so big right now, and I do believe Charizard falls. I cannot believe the Electrode right now. It literally looks this Fire Dragon, this iconic Pokemon, in the face and says, you know, I'm gonna die, but your Charizard's literally nothing to me. I absolutely love that. The final Pokemon comes down. It is one of the 2 level 49 Dragonites. Hitmonchan, you have an Ice Punch, you have the Never Melt Ice, you have the buffed up passive. Can you just one-shot this final Pokemon? Do you believe Captain Levi from downtown? I don't think this is enough, but man, is that a lot of damage. And Captain Levi closes the door and we win Pokemon Soul Silver Hardcore Nuzlocke. Let's go. Let's absolutely go. It feels good. It feels right. Gonna mash the gas tonight. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Oh, I trashed Soul Silver and Heart Gold so much last time. I was like, it's so hard to train up Pokemon. It takes a whole year. And I trashed it. It was so easy compared to all of the other Nuzlockes. And then Lance completely, you had the Machamp crit my Crobat. You had the Gengar outplay me and Destiny Bond my Arbok. And then Lance just put me down with so many Fire Blasts from the Dragonite. So it's so beautiful because then I came back and I don't think I complained like at all this run, which I'm really happy about. But like I really needed to lose that last Soul Silver is what I'm saying. I beat the Heart Gold with basically Typhlosion and Gyarados, completely rode the coattails of the Gyarados, and then I got really cocky and complacent in my Soul Silver run. I'm like, I'm gonna ban Gyarados and I can win because I'm amazing. And then I just got humbled so hard last run. And then I was so excited to play this game again. If I would have won that last run, I would have just been sitting here like, yeah, Soul Silver and Heart Gold, they're a joke. They're so much easier than all of the other games to Nuzlocke. But because I lost, it was such a good perspective change, and it led to so much enjoyment with this run, so much respect, and I really went to put a lot of time in on the team building, and I think we had a really good team. There were a couple close calls throughout, but like it was so good, and it did amazing against Lance. So I absolutely love this team of 6. I had so much fun. As far as the post game and Red, I am going to call it here. I think I would much rather go and play other games as well as try new Pokemon games I haven't played yet than slog through the post game just to get to Red, to have to train up to level 70 or 80 or whatever, all for that fight. I'm good. I don't mind post games, but as far as the Nuzlocke, I'm just going to call it at the Elite Four like I have with all of the other games. So if you're looking forward to the post game, I'm really sorry. But with all of that being said, that was so much fun. We did it. We made it through. And if possible, I'm going to try my hand at Pokemon Sun and Moon and see if we can hardcore Nuzlocke that as my first playthrough ever. I think it'll be so much fun. And then on the other side of things, I will try to do bigger projects like this one while I'm doing that episodic Pokemon Sun and Moon run. So much stuff there, but so excited. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you on the flip. Peace.